Hello, everyone. Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 106.
Welcome.
Yay. Today we're talking about pivoting, and appreciation is the key. So pivoting from what you don't want to what you do want.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Pivoting your vibration,
Yeah.
pivoting the way that you feel, and
Mhm.
pivoting your experience, which you are constantly co-creating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Shoot, I was gonna write down a quote that I heard this morning. I was listening to Mike Dooley
Oh, yeah.
video, and he talked about how, and he read a piece from the Bible, and he said, we are speaking, our words are speaking into our reality.
Mhm.
And it was so good the way he said it, just, and he read that piece. And if you think of it that way, it depends on how you interpret things, and that's what the Bible is, just interpretations. But he read it and it was like, wow, I've never thought of it that way, the passage that he was reading. But it was so cool. It was just exactly that. You are speaking your reality into being.
Right.
What you're talking about. And he was talking a lot about Louise Hay and affirmations, and how when you say those things, you are speaking it into reality. And he talked, he learned that by him, like, I don't know, his girlfriend in high school or something. They always felt like they needed to talk constantly. They were uncomfortable with any silence in their lives or whatever. And he would always just automatically say, oh, I'm tired, and he was tired all the time.
Right.
When he noticed he was doing that, and his mom was really into spirituality and stuff and taught him differently, but when he figured out that he was speaking that into reality, like, I'm always tired. Why am I always tired? Because you're always saying, I'm tired, I'm tired. And he figured that out, and that was kind of what turned him around into speaking what he wants instead of what the reality is in the moment or what is in the past, always speaking what you want. So it was cool to hear from his experience how that happened for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think it's amazing when you start to think about, what are my running thoughts
Right.
that are going on all day long?
Yeah.
And based on those thoughts, what am I creating?
Yeah.
Because you will start to notice patterns of thought. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I was doing that. I didn't realize I was saying that. I didn't realize that I was, speaking that into my reality, because like we've spoken about before, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination.
Yeah.
And so as you speak those thoughts, as those thoughts are running through your head, that's what's being created with the help of your subconscious. And so it doesn't know the difference between, oh, I didn't mean that, or I do mean that.
Right. Yeah.
You say it, it's in your thoughts.
Yeah.
And so whether you say it out loud or you say it in your mind, if you start to notice those patterns, that's where pivoting comes in to help you to pivot and to start to change those patterns of thought and speaking in words. What am I saying out loud? Because like you talked about that example. That's a super common one where people are constantly like, oh, I'm tired. Or somebody says they're tired. Oh, me too.
Right.
There's a lot of things like that people do that they don't even realize that they're saying.
Yep. Or I'm too busy. If you're always saying I'm too busy, I never have time enough to get things done, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
If you are thinking, oh, I always have plenty of time to get everything I need on my list done, you'll get it done.
That's one thing that I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying that a lot, where there's not enough time in the day, and the days just fly by, and I feel like I don't get all my things done.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm working on currently. So to start changing, because what's happening is it's true.
Right. Yeah, it does come to fruition when you say that all the time. So
right. And I want to be able to accomplish all of the things in that same amount of time. And
Yeah.
so I need to start changing, and I've been working on it,
Yeah.
changing what I'm saying, but I've been still saying a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's just not enough time to get everything done.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to keep saying that.
Yeah.
So I need to flip the
Flip
script on
switch.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going
Yeah.
to. So one of the things I want to start saying, and you guys can start it with me if you want. If
Right.
you want more time for things, is I always have the time
Yeah.
to get all of my things
Yeah.
done. Isn't it wonderful how much I can get accomplished in such a short amount of time that feels so good?
Yeah.
And there are times when that's true, and there's times when that's not. And right now, it's true.
Yeah.
We're making it true.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. I just love it. Yeah. Our words are very powerful, and we need to remember that. You know, it is true.
Yeah, words have power, and
Mhm.
words will make you feel a certain way.
Right.
And when words make you feel a certain way, that tells you where they are vibrationally,
Mhm.
and tells you the direction that they're bringing your vibration, which matters when you're trying to create your life.
It really, really does. Yeah. So true. You know, I've been trying to do the same thing, because for a while I'm like, I can't get anything done in a day. I have all these hours and I'm not getting anything accomplished. And I started just, okay, here's my list. Oh, that's not hard. I can get that done. And I do mostly get it all done. You know, once in a while I don't get the whole thing accomplished, but for the most part, I'm like, why was I having such a hard time before? Well, it's your words.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Wonderful.
So we are gonna read out of another awesome book. And you want to know how great the universe is? We have so many synchronicities that happen together for us all the time. And today, I didn't know for sure what we were going to talk about. We know our pivoting theme for the month, and there's always something good in these Abraham book.
Right. And we always bring different books every week.
Yeah, every week we just bring whatever, and we find before we start what we're going to talk about. Today we both brought the exact same book. No plan. It just happened.
And I only brought one book. I didn't bring like two books like I normally do. It's just one. We both brought just this one.
Yeah, so it's a good day.
So here's the thing. If you're wondering, what does synchronicity look like? There's an example.
Yeah, there's an example, and it happens all the time to us.
That's fun.
And the more you notice it, the more it happens. So
and what's hilarious is we haven't done anything out of this book.
No,
particularly for a podcast yet. So why did we both bring it? It's
it
because it's what
said.
It's the one that we needed today.
Yeah, it is. So I hope you enjoy it, because we're having fun with it already.
And this is such a good book.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, it's the Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And never mind. Flew out of my head.
Okay.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, it will. So we're going to start on page 175 if you want to follow along with us, if you have this book. Oh, I know what I was going to say. This is a different term that maybe we don't use as often, is the vortex. And what the vortex is like when you say I'm in the flow, or you're on track. That's kind of what the vortex is. It's the energy vortex that's bringing those things to you that you want. So
you're in alignment.
With
what you're trying to create in your life. That flow, like you said.
So this book is all about being in the vortex, and that's where you want to be. Yeah. And apparently we were there today.
We are there right now.
There. Yeah. We were there separately, and now we've come together and we were in the same space.
How does it get better than that?
Yeah, isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, so appreciation, your key to the vortex. We have very much enjoyed our interaction with you in presenting our knowledge of the universe, of the laws of the universe, and of the important part that you play Always our primary intention, as we interact with our physical human friends, is to help you remember who you actually are so that you may experience the fullness of the appreciation of your part as this joyous, eternal, universal creation. It's an important dance that we dance with one another as we dialogue back and forth between physical perspective and non-physical perspective, because both perspectives are integral to the whole. Both the perspectives of physical and of non-physical are essential to our eternal expansion. But the most significant understanding that we are presenting in this book, and the most important knowledge that you will ever acquire, is about the integration of those two vibrational vantage points. Your physical viewpoint is spectacularly compelling to you as you explore it and observe it through the detailed deciphering of your physical senses. The contrast of your tactile, sensuous, fragrant earth environment in all of its detail and vividness causes you to pronounce your world reality. Indeed, your attention to your physical world is serving you and all that is extremely well. But there is more to the picture and more to the story of reality than what you are discovering with your physical senses here on your amazing planet, in your amazing galaxy, in your amazing time-space reality. For all of this, all that you see is a precursor to that which is to come, a bouncing off place to more joyous reality and more joyous becoming.
I love when they put it that way. It's like right now is a bouncing off place for more.
Right.
It's one of my favorite things that Abraham says.
Yeah.
Because it's so true.
It is.
Right now. And then right now is your bouncing off place.
Yeah.
To the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your life. And so each moment is a bouncing off place for the next. So what are you going to make that moment?
Yeah. And when you remember that, excuse me, and think about that, you're always going to be creating to the best of your ability rather than, stumbling off.
Right. One of my favorite things to say, honestly, is each moment is a new moment. And in every new moment, anything can be.
Yeah.
And so even if you had momentum up till now on a certain direction that you don't want to go.
Yeah.
Right now is your bouncing off place for more. So you have the chance to pivot, like we're talking about, and create something completely new from this now moment. Yeah. And it's beautiful. Isn't that amazing? It's really like, you can start over right now. Yeah. And just move forward. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. You never are stuck in that hard place or in that stuck place. You always can change that any moment of any day. Just like every day is a new chapter in your life, so is every moment.
Right.
So choose wisely.
Right. Choose now. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Like before doesn't matter. Before it was something that was created before. Now you can begin something new. And how empowering is that?
Really?
I find it incredibly empowering to go, okay, before doesn't matter. It might still have some stuff that needs to peter out. That's okay. Because right now I'm starting my new momentum. Right now I'm starting my new reality. Right now I'm deciding what I'm going to have. Yeah. So good. So good. And I did that this weekend.
Did you?
I sure did. So we're always doing adventures, we're always doing different things. And one of the things that I'm really getting into, because if you don't know me, which a lot of you don't, but if you do know me, I love to shop. I love it. It's like a pastime. I love to find deals. I love to find beautiful things. I like to style friends. Like there's so much I love to do. And so one of the things that I've decided to start kind of getting into and see how I like it is resale. Reselling. Yeah. And one of the things that I want to do, because we were on video all the time, right? Yeah. And so I wanted to do stuff live. And so I can share with people and have fun and, all the stuff that makes it like interactive.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to do that, but there's a couple things I had to do on one of these platforms in order to do that. And one of them was to make a sale on the platform. And so I've been kind of working on that the last couple of weeks. And I was like, I feel like this should have happened already. And so I kind of said to myself, I said, okay, I've decided that today is my day.
Awesome.
I'm going to make my sale today. And I was like, I'm excited about this. It'll be so much fun because then we can do a show and Tracy's going to help me. It's going to be a blast, right? Because we're going to do it together the first time and it'll be so much fun. And we get to show some of her beautiful things too, which I'm so excited about because your art, I just love your art. I do. And so I said that to myself the last couple days, every time I went on there and I got to share some of my stuff out and things like that. I said, today's my day. I'm so excited. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And then we can plan, so then I was already ahead of like how we're going to do the show and all that. And finally yesterday, so I did Saturday and Sunday, and yesterday I did the same thing. Wow. Yesterday morning, I made my first sale.
Awesome.
On that site. And so I was so excited because then I was like, yes, now I'm going to be approved. And I went in to see like if I could create a show and it said I could. And I was so excited because I was like, that's exactly it. I knew it. I knew today was my day. And even though it took a couple days of saying that.
Right.
It was because
that's not really long though.
That's 2 days. It took me 2 days.
Yeah.
Right. And that next morning was when it all kind of just went through.
Yeah.
And so how perfect was that it only took 2 days to create that. When I had been like weeks, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what's the block here? And I was like, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's always you.
I'm creating that barrier.
It's yourself that is holding you back.
It is. Yeah. And I knew that it was. I had that knowingness, and I know that's been my issue in a few different ways. I was like, why am I doing this? This is dumb. Yeah. I told myself, so why am I doing that? And so I said, you know what? I'm going to create something new. I'm going to create a new reality for myself. And that's what I did, is I started creating that new reality. And in 2 days, I already had changes immediately because I had some issues where like, so finances are always kind of one of those things that everybody kind of gets into. On Friday, I didn't get paid. Oh, I was supposed to get paid on Friday. I didn't get paid.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I've been working there for 5 years and never once has that been an issue because I have direct deposit. It just goes right in like clockwork, and sometimes even a day early. And I was like, what is happening? I was like, okay, this is not the direction I want to be going. And so I made a decision because that's my step one is I know what I want, know what I don't want.
Yeah.
And then I make my decision. So I decided, I was like, okay, so I decided that I'm going to be open to my abundance and I'm going to start allowing that in, right? I made that decision because sometimes we need to remake that decision.
Right.
And so Friday was kind of like that. Nothing was working and this happened and that happened. It was a whole bunch of stuff. I won't even go into that story. It was a lot. I was like, what is going on here? It's, it's practice.
And everybody has those days,
it's
right?
a practice. That's why we say all of this is a practice, right? I have momentum in a certain direction.
Yeah.
And then, so Saturday, I started to see evidence of improvement. Awesome. Right? I woke up on Saturday morning. I felt better, etc. And then, I was like, oh, I need to put away some of my stuff. Like I have different purses that I use for travel and stuff. And we had traveled and visited family the week before. And so I was putting my purse away and I was going through it. I found $100 in there. I didn't know I had.
Wow. Awesome.
I was like, okay, this is evidence. I recognized it as evidence of improvement. And there was a few things like that, and I found a dime, which is for me a really big deal. Yeah. And all, it was a whole bunch of stuff like that. I was like finding like little treasures I forgot about. It was awesome. And then, Sunday I felt good. And then, each day I decided and I went on different shows and I shared stuff out and people were liking my things and all that. And so each day I noticed there's a little bit of things that show me that there's more evidence and there's more evidence. And I'm looking for those because I know that they're coming and I know that it's working out for me.
Yeah.
And then yesterday I made my first sale. So now we can start, doing some live shows and I can start sharing my stuff out. It'll give Tracy a platform to get more of her art out there for people to check out. It'll allow people to see us more. It'll allow more people in a different realm to see like our podcast and different things that we're doing. So it's a wonderful expansion to create more for all of us.
Right.
You know, us, other people. It gives me the opportunity to help other people share their stuff with a live show that maybe don't feel comfortable on camera.
Yeah.
You know, so it's amazing what you can start to create just from that now moment, recognizing this is where I'm at. Is it where I want to be? Is it not where I want to be? Am I moving in the right direction or not? And pivot. And that's exactly what I did. And that's an example where I'm seeing all of the evidence come through. Do I have everything that I've ever wanted? No, not yet.
Right.
But yet.
Yeah.
I know that I'm on the path to it. I'm seeing the evidence and I'm appreciating the evidence and I'm appreciating ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today is appreciation is the key.
Yeah. Yeah. And mostly recognizing and acknowledging that so that you can appreciate it and it can continue.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't acknowledge it, the universe is like, oh, they didn't want that, I guess, you know, or it's not whatever, you're not noticing it. So then it's not coming as often. But if you acknowledge and appreciate, it's coming.
And one of the reasons for that is what you focus on is what you get more of, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're focusing on, you're finding things to appreciate,
right.
And you're finding the synchronicities. And so as you do that and you focus on that, it brings more and more to you through law of attraction. And it just is what it is. Yeah. You know, in 2 days, I created something that I've been waiting weeks for. Why was I waiting?
Right.
Creating by default is silly. Yeah. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that in my life. Why would I be doing that? And I realized I was. And it was, well, let's change that right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Carissa.
Yeah. It's so good. And, you know, it all goes back to like for me, teachings on Ho'oponopono. You are 100% responsible for everything that's in your life, everything that happens in your life. You have to take responsibility of that.
Right.
So,
and I immediately knew when I didn't get paid on Fridays, oh, wow. Yeah. That was totally me. Right. I completely created that. Yeah. Because, you know, I had some momentum in a way and I was like, what am I doing? Yeah. Like, come on. I am not one of those people where I have to hit bottom before I realize where I'm at. Yeah. No, we're not doing that. Yeah. And so that was really funny. And, you know, of course, everything sorted out on Monday with the paycheck and stuff. Everything's, you know, sorted out and figured out. And I'm going to get paid and it's all going to be fine. And this, you know, I have what I need. And, you know, so everything's working out. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. And it's great. I knew everything was going to work out as soon as it was like, let's turn this little baby around.
This monster bus around.
Yeah. Like, what direction am I going? Come on. Right. But that's the thing. You got to recognize where you're at. Yeah. And that's why we talk about checking in with yourself so you can know when you need to move it.
Yes. Checking in is one of, you know, a huge thing that you need to do often during the day to keep you on track, keep you in that vortex. You know, when we fall out, it's not hard to get back in and remember that, but we got to check in. Otherwise, you're just flying around out there and you might go down that slippery slope in a hurry.
Yeah. And sometimes it happens real fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens real fast. And you're like, you know what? This is a really good moment to pivot. Yeah. So really, it was a really good moment to pivot. And it worked out perfectly. And it will. And it'll continue to work itself out and work itself out and work itself out. And I could see things improving constantly. And that's the thing is I'm watching for it because I know what I focus on is what I get. Yeah. Yeah. So what am I focusing on? I'm focusing on my abundance and seeing all the things that are coming through. And it feels so good to see them. Yeah. And, you know, because I know I'm constantly moving. So that's the thing. If you ever feel stuck and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, it's not because you're not moving. It's because you're not directing the flow. Yeah.
Yeah. You're the one in charge of you. So direct that flow the way you want it to go.
Your energy is your responsibility. I mean, the things that happen around you or to other people around you, not really your responsibility. Your responsibility is your vibration and where you're at and how you allow yourself to respond to the outside stimuli, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. So good.
I love it. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I knew I would.
Okay, it was awesome. I mean, it's exactly on topic, so it's perfect. And you know, you learn more by real examples and stories from life than you do in a book, even though there are good stories in the books.
Right.
But when you have a real life story to go along with it, it makes it sink in a lot better, and you learn from it actually than just reading a story.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's one of those things where, we do talk about this as a practice, and
Right.
we practice what we talk about, and that's what helps us.
Yeah.
And so this kind of shows you, like, am I perfect? No, of course not.
Right. Nobody is.
No, nobody is. But what's big for me is I do have a practice, and every day that practice matters.
Yeah.
And that's an example of why it matters, because my momentum, I'm moving and shaking real fast.
Yeah.
And so when things go downhill, they can go downhill really fast. When they go uphill, they can go uphill really fast.
Right.
And I know that's just how my momentum cycle is, because of how much I practice and where my vibration is. So I'm aware of that. And if I wasn't, where would I be today?
Right.
3 days later.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you could have went down a slippery slope.
Oh, I could have been all the
and
way
stayed
bottom,
there.
at the rock bottom,
Right.
and like totally been.
Yeah.
But no, I was not doing that. I'm not
Yeah.
staying there.
Not worth it.
Nope. That sounds lame.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. No. Awesome. Yeah, I love how life works, how the universe works, how God works, whatever you call it. Yeah,
Me too.
it's awesome. Okay, go ahead. You read this page.
Okay, we're at the top, right?
Yeah.
Man, that was totally tangent. Okay.
It's awesome.
I love it. All right, so I'm on page 176 if you are in the book with us. When people observe the wonder of their galaxy and planet and speculate that it was somehow set into motion by non-physical forces, while their understanding and explanations are scanty, they are essentially accurate. Your physical world is an extension of non-physical energy and creation. Everything that you now behold was created from the conscious attention of source energy.
I love that.
Me too. The story of the creation of you and your world is not a story of something that happened, but a story of something that is happening. The source energy that created your world continues to flow forth to you and through you for the continuation of creation and the expansion of the universe. Often, humans, in their humility, refuse to accept their important role in the continuing expansion of all that is, and that is the reason why we are offering this book. It is our desire to awaken within you the memory of who you really are and of why you are here. We want to help you return to the knowledge of your creative ability. We want you to reap the benefits of the important work you are doing in your physical bodies. We want you to return to the vortex. Your physical exposure to your physical world is providing the contrast that is necessary for you to form your opinions and desires about how life could be improved. And even though you cannot see them and are often unaware of them, your desires for improvement shoot out from you as vibrational rockets or messengers of request. They shoot out into the vibrational atmosphere in the same way that the original rockets that created your planet were sent. And they are received by this source of the energy that creates worlds, the same source energy that is the origin of all that is. And those ideas, requests, and desires are understood, and in the moment of their launch, they are answered.
So good.
I really like that it talks about how as soon as you say, I want that, that request is sent and answered at the same time.
Yeah.
You have already co-created that reality. It's already part of your reality. And the next step is to receive it.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people get that stuckness, is because they're not open to receiving it, because a lot of times they feel undeserving or unworthy, or, oh, I can't have that, or different blocks and barriers like that, but it's within themselves.
Right.
Because as soon as you put it out, it's answered. You put it out, it's answered. You put it out, it's answered. And it is that fast.
Yeah.
And I think people don't think that that's possible. And that's another barrier.
Yeah. Allowing that in is the hardest part, really.
It is.
Being open to receiving, being, knowing that you're worthy of having it and allowing it in is huge for most people.
Yeah.
And once you get that piece figured out, things flow so much easier.
It's usually the biggest piece is to get beyond that, you know, and it can
Yeah.
be stop and start, stop and start, stop and start
Yeah.
sometimes
It's a
at
practice.
the beginning. It's practice,
Right.
but it's possible.
Right. Yeah.
And we see
Totally
evidence of
possible.
people doing that all
Yeah.
around us.
Yeah. We see it in our own lives all the time. So
Some things
Yeah.
are easy
right.
to accomplish and some things
Yeah.
feel harder.
Yeah.
But they all are really the same energy.
Yeah.
And it's about allowing yourself to level that playing field for yourself.
Yeah. And that's one thing that makes it easier to remember is it's just as easy as Abraham says, it's just as easy to create a button as it is to create a mountain. Or I don't know if that's the quote, but you know, something small is just as easy as something big. It's all the same energy. So if we think of it that way, why are we getting worried about it? You know, we can create it just as easy as finding a dime on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can find a dime and $100 and
Right.
it's the same energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did all at the same amount.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when you think about that, big or little, it doesn't really matter. You can have and can create whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it's possible. We see people doing it. You see evidence of people creating these huge, amazing things and creations. And like, you can do that too.
Yeah.
You can.
Easily.
You absolutely have the ability to. It's just your belief that you can't.
Right.
That really holds you back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, should I finish the page?
Sure. If you want. Most people.
Most people have neither an awareness of the launching of the rockets, nor of the receiving and answering by source. But even so, powerful new creation has begun. Some people, as they contemplate these words, can understand the logic of the external nature of creation. Many can accept that creative forces still exist and that expansion still continues. But the part that is most often misunderstood or overlooked by our human friends is that in the living of physical life and in the launching of those rockets of desired expansion, it is not only an expanded world you are creating, it is an expanded you.
So good. Yeah. As you keep working at this and practicing this, you are expanding as well as the world around you. And, you know, your world is expanding and it's helping others see that they can do it too.
Yeah.
So don't hold yourself back by thinking that, well, I'm going to expand too much. I'm going to lose everybody that I love because I've expanded more than they have. They're going to see that you're expanding and they're going to expand too. So, you know, allow that to happen. Yeah. Allow it all to go in a good way.
Yeah.
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 So, as you observe sickness in yourself or in another, you set forth a new vibrational request for wellness that is received and answered by source. When the contrast of your physical world reveals to you corruption or injustice, you set forth a new vibration request for fairness and justice. When someone is rude to you, your rocket asks for nicer experiences. When you do not have enough financial resources, your rocket asks for more. And just like you did. Yes. You know, when that happens, ask for more. Think about it. Pivot that thought into, no, that's not what I want this. So remember that when you stumble. And with each request offered all day, every day, a vibrational escrow or vibration reality is forming. The broader non-physical part of you, the part of you that existed even before your birth, the part of you that exists in the non-physical, even while you are focused in physical, the source within you, your inner being, not only answers your request for improvement, but becomes it. People often have a difficult time conceptualizing a creator or a force or a process through which something is as amazing as your planet spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets could have come to be. And yet, even though you do not understand it and cannot begin to explain it, you are every one of you continuing to add to the expansion of all of that through your living of life and the launching of rockets into the vibrational reality that will someday be fully realized by physical inhabitants. We have written this book because we want to call your attention to the vibrational reality that you are in the process of creating. We want you to be aware of your vortex of creation. And most important of all, we want you to find a way by the deliberate direction of your own conscious thought to become a vibrational match to the contents of your swirling vibrational vortex of creation. Because every desire that has been born within you thus far exists there, just as you have dreamed it to be, waiting for your alignment. Everything that you see that is now physical, tangible, visible, audible reality was previously swirling in a vibrational vortex of creation. For first there is thought, then thought form, then reality as you know it in your physical world. Your dreams and desires and ideas of improvement have been received by the broader part of you. And as that older, larger, wiser part of you focuses purely upon your requests, holding no resistance whatsoever, the powerful law of attraction responds. And then all cooperative components, all components of the same vibrational frequency, are drawn into this swirling vibrational reality, this precursor to the physical reality that is now available to you. Only one thing is necessary for this vibrational reality to become real in a physical sense, manifested into things and experiences that you can see and hear and smell and touch and taste. You have to go into the vortex. When your husband is in frustration, yells at you, and you are reeling in the absence of love that he is currently showing you, you launch a rocket of desire to be respected, to be loved, for a mate who feels better, for a mate who loves you. And click, 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 those requests are received and integrated into your vibrational vortex of creation. And now the law of attraction responds to this swirling creation, drawing in all cooperative components, and your newly amended creative vortex expands. But there is a very important question that you may want to consider. Are you right now a cooperative component? Are you in the vortex? So good. And you know, when it was talking about someone like your husband or whoever is frustrated and yells at you, when you think about that and don't take that personally because it's their stuff, not yours, and you think, no, that's not how I want it to be treated. That's, I can do better than this. I'm better than this, whatever, to switch your thoughts around. Usually it doesn't mean, oh, I have to go find a different husband. It's usually going to change that person who was mad at you or yelled at you or whatever, was rude. It's going to change their attitude or their demeanor because you react in a better way for that. When you're giving out that better vibe, it's going to soften their anger or soften their,
Right.
When you're not accepting what they're trying to put on you, or
Right.
even when they don't even mean to do it a lot of times, but they're just acting out in their anger.
Yeah, what your vibration, what you're putting out is what you're going to start to receive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's kind of what you're talking about. It softens the response to you.
Right.
So like as you're putting out a really good and positive vibration, that brings about that good vibration to yourself. So you're a cooperative component to your alignment, to where you want to be, to your alignment with your vortex of creation, to your alignment with your inner being and where it's sitting. And so by responding or not responding in certain ways to situations, that changes the vibration of that situation.
Mhm.
And of course, some things like this are going to happen to you where,
Right.
somebody's mad and they're going to yell at you, but how you respond and whether you allow it to change your vibration or not
Yeah.
is all the difference.
Yeah.
And we understand that sometimes it's going to happen, especially with somebody you care about and they're really
Yeah.
upset. It might change how you feel
Mhm.
and it changes your vibration, but that's okay. But that's where you pivot and that's where
Yeah.
that's not where I want to be.
Yeah.
I deserve something better. I'm going to get back into alignment
Mhm.
with my vortex, with feeling better so
Yeah.
that I can continue on my way,
Yeah.
which always improves the situations around you from that
Mhm.
moment going forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Staying in your vortex and staying in, staying calm and collected and not adding to that fire around you, no matter if it's not even in your household or whatever, even in society. We don't participate in the things that aren't serving us.
Mhm.
If you can keep that composure, it can change a whole lot of things in your world.
100%.
Yeah.
An example is, so I answer phone calls
Yeah.
at my day job,
Yeah.
and sometimes people are happy and sometimes people aren't happy.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens.
Right.
And so having me answer the phone is a really good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because when I answer the phone, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I greet everybody the same.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're upset, I express the understanding of like, okay, this is what I'm hearing you're saying.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But I don't allow it to sink me down.
Right.
And I don't get upset and I don't yell back at them.
Yeah.
And what that does is it completely diffuses the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So within, depending on how upset the person is,
Yeah.
anytime between like 30 seconds and a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
they're from, I'm like, sorry, my arm is like out of the frame. So they're from here to here.
Yeah.
Right. And so I've already, just by being
or on a scale from here to here.
Yeah.
Vibrational
scale,
right.
vibrational scale, they went from angry to okay, right?
Yeah.
And so it kind of allows that situation to diffuse just because I stay at my high vibration. I stay at my good feeling place.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't allow whatever they have to say to bring me down. And that's my response. And what happens is they have to rise to meet me where I'm at. Because I won't meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's the difference. That's what we're talking about with response. Do you allow it to drag you down to their level?
Right.
Or do they have to rise up to meet you?
Yeah.
And that's my preference, is that people rise up to meet me.
Yeah.
And that works really, really well when you work with people.
Yeah. 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 It's a gift that everyone needs to learn how to do, because
so helpful.
Yeah. Your life is so much better when you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps them.
Right.
Helps
everybody. Because then they have that, they're being allowed to pivot too.
Yeah.
They're allowing themselves, well, I have to rise up to meet this person. That's their pivot moment too.
Yeah.
So you're showing them that it's okay to pivot. This is where I'm at. Are you going to rise up and meet me, or are we going to disconnect this call?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't say that, but that's the vibration they're putting out. It's like, well, are you going to rise up and meet me, or are you going to be done talking about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the time, people rise to the occasion.
They do. Yeah.
They rise to the expectation. And my expectation is that, come up, be here. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
We feel better up here.
Right.
Let's do that.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. Do you want to read those?
I would love to. All right. So we ended at, are you in the vortex? It's a good question to ask yourself.
Yes.
If you are still reeling in discomfort from your mate's verbal abuse, you are not in the vortex. If you are telling your girlfriend about what happened, defending your innocence in the whole affair, you are not in the vortex. If you are longing for the time when he treated you better, you are not in the vortex. If you are letting it go and remembering how you felt when you decided to marry him, you are in the vortex. If you are not taking his outburst personally and are focused upon the positive aspects of your experience, you are in the vortex. And this is talking about like a healthy relationship.
Right.
This is not talking about unhealthy relationships. This is talking about a healthy relationship where you just had an argument or something.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
If you feel terrible, you are not in the vortex. If you feel better, you are closer to the vortex. A simple way to understand the vortex is this. Before your birth into this physical body, you were in the vortex. No resistant thought resides there. A part of the consciousness that was you is now focused into the physical you that you now know as you. The contrast of your life causes you to send rockets of expansion into your vortex, where the larger, non-physical part of you exists. The vortex, which holds only your positive requests for improvement and expansion, holds no thoughts that contradict improvement and expansion. The law of attraction responds to the pure, non-resistant vibration of your vortex and gathers all cooperative, vibrational matching components that are necessary for the completion of the creation. You are one of the components of your creation. In fact, you are the creation. So the only question is, are you, from your physical format right now, a vibrational match to your creation or not? And the way you feel right now as you focus upon the subject of creation is your answer. If you are angry, you are not a vibrational match and you are not in the vortex. If you are feeling appreciation, you are a vibrational match and you are in the vortex. Now, listen to this next part. This next part is very important. It's even underlined in the book.
Yeah.
Listening?
Yeah.
Okay, wake up if you're not. Okay.
Yeah.
The key to getting inside your vibrational vortex of creation, of experiencing the absolute absence of resistance, of achieving complete alignment with all that you have become and all that you desire, and of bringing to your physical experience everything that you desire, is being in the state of appreciation. And there's no more important object of attention to which you must flow your appreciation than that of self. The habit of thought or belief that holds most people outside of the vortex of creation more than all other thoughts put together is the lack of appreciation of self.
So good.
It's so true.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's something that I believe should be taught at, when we're little kids, we automatically have that.
Yeah.
And it's beaten out of us, not beaten, but it's
Yes.
beaten with
in many different ways.
hopefully with an imaginary stick
Yeah.
and not a real one.
Yes.
But
hopefully.
it's and I don't want to say taken away from us, but it's just
it's pounded into our subconscious,
right,
from other people's experiences, from other people around us, from different things, that
everything's hard, that life is hard.
that everything has to be hard,
Right.
that we're not good enough, our family has never had money,
right.
You have so many things like that, or your
Yeah.
parents say to you, well, you don't deserve that, or I
Yeah.
don't deserve that, or we'll
Right.
never have that.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to get that or
Right.
have that, or
Yeah.
and sometimes it's consciously said and sometimes it's subconsciously picked up from the experiences
right.
of others.
Yeah. And a lot of times, it's said by parents because their parents said it and their parents before them
Right.
said it.
And they're trying to not set you up to feel failure if you don't have success.
Right.
So they're setting you up for failure by telling you you can't be successful in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because they want you to fail,
Mhm.
but because they don't want you to have expectations that they feel that maybe you can't meet.
Right. Yeah.
And I think they don't realize how that really sets you up to fail subconsciously.
Yeah,
they're not trying to do that, but they're trying to help you to deal with what they view as reality.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could keep those thoughts when we are kids before the things have worn on us, we would have so much more joy throughout our lives rather than the struggles that we create on our own without even knowing it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So think about that when you're raising kids, now that you know what you know. And I know I wish I would have known this stuff. I had clues and some things I did okay with, but there's some things that, were a struggle because of the struggle before me. And, if I could do better now, I would take that out of my vocabulary
Right.
when my kids were little,
Yeah.
but I mean, everybody turned out okay.
Yeah.
In the end.
And we
But-
can only start with where we're at now.
Right? Yeah, you
Right.
don't know what you don't know until you know it. So when you know it, do it.
Right. And that's one of the reasons we're putting out to you guys.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
to share all this with you because maybe it'll help you, maybe it'll help kids, maybe it'll
Right.
help whoever watches this video down in the future, anyone that you come in contact with.
Yeah.
Maybe, that will help change their life just by coming in contact with you because you know this stuff. And so it's like a ripple effect.
It really is. Yeah. And that is our biggest joy, is to share this with people so that you can start to feel it and experience it yourself and know that it's for you, that it's to be shared. It's knowledge to be shared to help everybody in the world. So,
And the most important thing that for people a lot of times is to enjoy their lives.
mm-hmm.
And if you can start with that,
Yeah.
if you can start with alignment with that
Mm-hmm.
and feeling that every day,
Yeah.
you're well on your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
To this creation because you're in the vortex.
Yeah. We love the vortex.
We love the vortex. It's a wonderful place to be. I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
So we have a process that we want to share with you guys, which we haven't ever shared with you before in our 100+ episodes. Yeah. And so it's kind of fun because it's a 2-part process. There's a bedtime visualization process, and then there's when you wake up process.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really neat because this is something you can do today.
Yeah.
Try it today when you go to bed and see how it works for you. Do it for a few days in a row. Do this 5 days in a row.
Mm-hmm. You'll notice
and see how it changes things.
Yeah.
Start to notice those things in your life that begin to shift.
Mm-hmm.
And notice how you feel.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's your first evidence. How do you feel?
Yeah. So good.
Do you want to do the bedtime? I'll do the wake up.
Yeah. Okay, so this is on page 192, if you're following along. A bedtime visualization process. Tonight, as you lie in your bed, focus your attention on the best feeling things you can find. Draw your thoughts inward, away from any overwhelming details of your day, and feel the ease that occurs when you focus up close to where you are. Think in detail about your bed, its comfort, the feel of your bedding. Think about the relationship of your bed to the mattress, your body to the mattress, and imagine the mattress floating or your body being absorbed into it. Relax and breathe and enjoy the comfort of your bed, saying things such as, I like this. This is a good thing. I have a good life, and sleep. That's so good. And I do that every night automatically now. When I get in my bed, I'm like, oh, this feels so good.
That's what I said. I get in bed too.
Yeah. And I can fall asleep in like 30 seconds flat. My husband always tells me, how do you do that? You're snoring in 5 seconds. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm ready for bed when I go to bed, and it feels so good to crawl under those covers and feel that mattress. And I love my pillow, and you're out if you do that. I mean, that's my experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love it.
My husband's always snoring before I am. I don't have trouble falling asleep. It just takes me a while to just wind down enough to fall asleep.
Yeah.
All of us are a little bit different that way, but that's awesome.
Right.
I mean, if you could fall asleep in like a minute, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is. Well, I'm good at it.
That's weird. I just said awesome.
Awesome. Are you from
I heard myself.
the East Coast now?
What happened? I don't know, maybe. Some of the shows I've been watching lately. I bet it's what it is. Cause like, I think in British sometimes too, like there's so many times when I cannot remember what a trash can is called. We call it a trash can. But the only word that comes to mind is bin.
Oh,
Put it in the
really?
bin, throw it in the bin. And that's the only word that comes to mind until I think, okay, trash can, which right now obviously it's working, so it's great. Thank you, connections in my brain. But that's that way sometimes where it's like that's the only word I can think of.
That's
Throw it in the
crazy.
bin.
Yeah.
Trash can. Trash can, Carissa. You grew up calling it the trash can.
Right.
Oh Lord. But yes,
Boy,
sometimes I notice myself say something like wow. Or like my northern
like,
accent
where did that
gets
come
real strong sometimes. I'm like, holy, who have I been hanging out with? Did I go to Canada again? Because it got so bad after I went to Canada that one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do the process now when you find yourself awake. So this is what you do in the morning. When you awaken in the morning, deliberately stay in your bed with your eyes closed for 5 minutes or so. Oh, stay in your bed. Sorry. I'll start over. When you awaken in the morning, deliberately stay in your bed with your eyes closed for 5 minutes or so, with the intention of basking in the most pleasant things you can bring to mind. During your slumber, you have released all resistance. And if you do not activate it now, it will not come up. So, this extra 5 minutes in bed is for the purpose of allowing your naturally higher vibration to get a strong foothold. In other words, you're talking about building that momentum right away when you wake up.
Yeah.
Find pleasure in your thoughts and hold them in that pleasant place as long as possible. And in the moment the slightest uneasiness surfaces, breathe deeply, focus back upon the comfort of your bed, and find something to appreciate. And then get up and begin your day.
So good.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it makes such a difference when you are intentional in your life and think those thoughts before they have a chance. Think the good thoughts before the bad thoughts have a chance to come up.
Right. By law of attraction, by starting with those positive thoughts.
Yeah.
And you're already higher vibration from sleeping.
Yeah.
You're building that momentum of positive thought matches positive thought matches positive thought. And so, what a perfect way.
Right.
To begin your day, already moving in a positive direction.
Yeah.
And then where is that going to bring you?
Yeah.
In your day.
Yeah.
Right?
So good. Yeah. And remember to go to sleep in that positive vortex too. You're going to have such a more restful and restorative sleep. If you can do that each night when you go to bed,
right,
it'll make a huge difference. Just those two things in your life. You're gonna really appreciate that. Then you have lots of gratitude to think about.
Yes. Find more and more things
right
to appreciate and be grateful for.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Such a good,
an
amazing thing to be happening in your life.
It really is. Awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. This has been one of my favorite ones for a while.
Yeah.
I love
and
it.
I love this book.
Yeah.
I actually got this book when we went to see Abraham in Colorado, and it's a signed book from them. And it just
so cool.
It just brings me happiness every time I open it.
Yeah. Mine's the paperback, and it's so old that there's a CD.
I know, I have a CD in mine too. I know. It's fabulous because then there's more,
Yeah.
How could it get better than that when there's more?
Yeah, and 2011 is when I got this. When if you go on YouTube, and like you are right now, and listen to some Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks, you can get lifted up so easy. I mean, a lot of days I do it. Yeah, a lot of days on my phone I'll put an Abraham recording and listen to it while I'm getting ready in the morning, and it starts your day out.
Yeah, when I do planting or I do any work outside,
awesome.
I always put Abraham on, and I usually like to listen to when we were in Colorado, because as soon as I hear the opening, I remember what it felt like, and I immediately get into that good feeling space. Awesome. It isn't that what we're talking about pivoting, right? Is immediately, focusing upon something that immediately brings you into that good feeling
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
And so that always works for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something special about her for sure. Yeah. Yeah. She's amazing. Awesome. She, he, Esther,
They,
Abraham, they, yeah.
Esther, Jerry,
Jerry,
Abraham.
they. Yeah. One big happy energy.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's awesome. I love it. All right, Carissa, where can we find you?
Well, if you're looking for me on the internet, besides YouTube, with YouTube, if you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube and you're listening to somewhere else, we are on YouTube, and our podcast is at SoulSpace Podcast. Nothing before or after. Look for our faces.
Yeah.
If you can see our face. You can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing, and you can find me on my Square site at light-of-hope-healing.square.site. Light of Hope Healing with a bunch of dashes, .square.site. I don't know why they did that to me, but they did. And then on Facebook, collectively, you can find us at Our Soul Space.
Yeah. And
Tracy, you have something much simpler to share. Where can people find you if they want to go a little deeper?
I am at inspiredsignals.com. All my links are there on my website, but if you don't want to go there, you can go to Facebook or Instagram at Inspired Signals and at Inspired Signals Studio.
Yes.
Both.
Awesome.
On both. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great week. We hope that you
Yeah.
enjoyed it as much as we did. And if
Yeah.
you didn't, that's too bad, because we really
Then
did
listen
enjoy it.
again and then you'll get it.
Yeah, listen again. You probably feel better. Or go to one of our other podcasts that we
Right.
have, and something
Yeah.
that really strikes a chord with you. I'm sure you'll find something we have.
Yeah.
Such a variety of topics. It's really fun. And anyway, we're going to be back next week with something
We
new
sure
and fun and
are.
amazing for you.
Yeah. One more week of pivoting, right? We still have June on our calendar. That's how fast summer goes.
So, in case you don't know, right now it is July 15th.
Yeah.
And our calendar is still on June.
We haven't been at work much this month.
We've been so
July
busy.
is so awesome.
July is amazing, and it's
a
super
good-
busy.
Yeah.
For both of us.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And when you're from the north, you have to enjoy summer as every second outside as possible.
Because
So-
winter is 8 months long.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
It is. It really actually
So
is.
we are enjoying our summer being outside and not so much in the office. So
Yes.
yeah. But except on podcast day.
Podcast day. Podcast is our day. We
Yeah.
always got to come and join you guys for a wonderful time.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.